Really, guys? Grow up. You act like you've never seen breasts before. Our society is obsessed with sexuality, and one of the sad truths of that emphasis is that women are typically evaluated based on what they look like, as if their value is limited to a narrow standard of beauty. If a woman deviates from that standard because she's not considered pretty, then she's not worth consideration. And by virtue of that warped sexual standard, if she happens to have a large bosom, she must be a slut. This is ridiculous. But to confirm the latter point, you only need scroll through the comments section of videos featuring bosomy women, even those who just happen to be well endowed and aren't making an effort to display themselves, to read disparaging remarks about modesty, overtly misogynistic commentary, references to concupiscence, and even ham-handed proposals of marriage and coital liaison. Do you actually think that your twisted sexual fantasies will be fulfilled by a stranger whose video you just happened to see on social media? Are you in 7th grade? Now, I'm a writer, and this is a theme that weaves through my novels because I've observed this behavior for my entire life, from boyhood all the way up to the present. I've created this video in response to some nasty remarks written about my love story video, which I posted last week. Many people in the comments became utterly fixated on the body shape of a single, fictional, rendered character. The heroine of my stories appears as she does to reflect on my observations, to illustrate the folly of judging a woman based on her form as a social critique. That's why she looks like this. When you read about her, you'll discover that she's quite smart, she cares deeply about others, and is incredibly talented. Yes, she's pretty. Yes, she has big breasts, but many women do, and once you get to know her in the stories, you'll find everyone else's reactions to her form every bit as annoying as does any other woman who's endowed with an hourglass figure. So let me address the haters. While there is nothing wrong with finding feminine attributes attractive, there is something wrong with your exclusive focus on body parts. You ignore character, intellect, talent, ethics, and other praiseworthy and virtuous elements that exist among half the human population, but instead focus on their breasts as if you're a squalling infant in need of your mother's milk. And then you turn this twisted criticism on me, as if my depictions of a novel's heroine in a render reveals some internal character flaw, some obvious depravity for depicting a fictional woman this way. By doing this, you're confirming my point. Of course, you're so focused on her soft parts that you're not listening to the rest of the content. You're not hearing the hero's respect, his self-discipline, his fascination with her mind, because all you can see is something you want but can't have. And it's not just the guys who have this problem. I hear it from women too. In fact, the most vociferous members of the modesty police are often female. I hear, well, if she wasn't dressed that way, she wouldn't create a problem for the men. Think about what you're saying, ladies. You're indirectly accusing men of being incapable of self-control. You're excusing masculine misbehavior as a trait that can't be helped. In doing so, you blame women and place the responsibility for someone else's reaction to a body part or a bit of skin on the shoulders of the object of that lust. Our society really needs to reevaluate its attitude toward women. Whenever somebody makes a disparaging remark about the way a woman is dressed or reduces her worth to the sum of her body parts, they reveal something very dark in their own souls. Have a long look in the mirror before you make judgments about other people. I'm Robert of Devra. I'm the author of the Devra in Conflict series, Adventure for Your Mind and Romance for Your Heart.